Sotheby's is having their second 3AC auction that's going to include the Goose, a landmark piece by generative artist Dmitri Cherniak, who is also Canadian, which was purchased by 3AC co-founders Suzu and Kyle Davies for $5.8 million. The art is part of the collection seized from the bankrupt crypto hedge fund and will mark the largest ever live auction of digital art, according to Sotheby's. Zach, I'm tossing this one right off to you. What do you make of this in the middle of a bear? This was purchased for $5.8 million. And I didn't mention in my intro there that there's a whole collection of art here. I think dozens of pieces, and Sotheby's is expecting to get just over $5 million for all the pieces together. What do you make of this?
Well, I saw the goose in the piece of art. It took me a little bit. I had to crane my head a little bit. Yep, there it is. There's the beak. That's awesome. I can see it. So I'm feeling good about that. Secondly, when I first saw this, that Sotheby's was associated with the 3AC, I think it's the Starry Night NFT collection, right? I was actually pretty shocked that they had went out on that limb and sort of, I don't know if it's necessarily like a toxic batch of assets, but certainly the 3AC brand, took a big hit there. So for Sotheby's to say, hey, we're jumping in, we have this former portfolio from the 3AC guys, I thought that was a really interesting move by them because it sort of suggested like, hey, we're here for the art. We're not necessarily here for the negative associations with what turned out to be a pretty harmful experience for a lot of folks. So I thought that stood out to me, that they are like maybe having the conviction to be like, okay, we're going to snatch this up and, see what we can do with these works. So I thought that was actually kind of interesting. But beyond that, I mean, I think obviously NFT markets are pretty down across the board, and we've discussed that in the past. So yeah, we'll be curious to see what they ultimately bring in from this collection. Wendy, what are your thoughts?
I think that to me, it's not a terribly interesting thing because let's face it, if you look back on a lot of the art, like a lot of very, very well-known artists in history, they didn't have the best past either. And that's probably why it made it very famous or infamous to own. So I think it's just kind of part of the art industry. I think it's very interesting, but to me, it's a big nothing burger.
Wendy, guys, I think that's the third time this week you've said that a story is a nothing burger.
This week is like full of boring news. Like I don't know, maybe I'm just meh, but I just feel like stuff is so boring and it's not like very exciting and whatnot.
Will,
hard disagree.
Well, what if I told you that all of these pieces were teleburned onto the Bitcoin blockchain? How hype?
I'm max.
How hype would you be? You're max bidding.
5 for 10 million immediately.
You would go to Sotheby's right away. Is that how you say it?
Immediately.
Go right away.
Do we like the goose? That is the question here.
I like the goose.
I like the goose.
I like the goose. I love the goose.
We like the goose.
Yeah,
we like the goose.
That looked like a fidget spinner or something. It doesn't look.
I know it does.
It's algorithmic.
I thought it was a hand at first.
Wendy, like a hand. Algorithmic art.
I like real art. That's like computer generated.
It's real.
It is real goose art.
Art can be made with multiple different tools.
We don't have to
and
agree.
Displayed on many different media.
It's a cute goose. I like it.
It is.
All right, well, we'll leave it there. That was the art corner. That was the hash art corner.
It's on Ethereum, so I won't. No, to Sotheby's point, I think like they're just going to list something they can, right? Anyway. So it's okay.